Tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be a review for Marrying Millions, Season 3, Episode 7. So, let's start off. Let's go ahead and start off with Danny and Donovan. So, Danny and Donovan, Donovan feels like, he was a little insensitive about how he brought up the whole, you know, prenup situation. And here's what I thought was funny. He said that, he realized he was a little insensitive about how he brought it up. And so when Danny comes home, she said things have been a little bit tense, since he brought up the conversation. And he says, I'm really sorry. I know things have been a little tense, and, I'm really sorry. I could have probably worded that differently. And she was like, well, do you understand why I'm mad? And he was like, no, I don't. So then are you really sorry if you still don't understand again, I don't think he did nothing wrong personally. Because I don't think he's wrong for asking for a prenup. But, anyway. So, she says, listen, I decided that I feel like, basically, and I ain't mad at Danny for doing this too. She was like, listen, you know that I'm an asset to your company. You know I've helped you do some things, and I've helped you build this company up. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to stay together in a relationship. But if you don't feel like I bring any value to the company, then I'm going to take my value and I'm going to go to somebody else's company. And he was a little blindsided by it. And he was kind of like, well, wow, I didn't really see that coming. But I guess, I guess that's what we're going to have to do. I have to accept it. And so later on in the episode, he tried to cheer up, talking about let's go do something fun today. And she was like what? And he was like, well, let's go ring shopping. And she was like, I don't think this is the right time for us to be looking for no ring. And that threw him. When he was like, wait a minute, you don't want to go look for a ring. And see, that's when he knew he had screwed up. So later on in the episode, he's talking about some, he was up. And she was like, what are you doing up this early on the weekend? And he was like, well, I got to go. I need to go find me somebody new to take your place down to the company. And he says, well, go ahead. I got a surprise for you. I'm taking you on vacation. And she was like, oh, my goodness, really? He was like, yeah, I need you to go ahead and get ready. We're going to go. He said the only hint he would give her was that it was tropical. And so he says that he's got a lot of surprises for her and that she ain't even ready for what he got in store. So I feel like he gonna, he done went and found him a ring and he about to propose to her and he gonna make it all nice and cutesy and all of that. But yeah, he knew he screwed up. When she said she ain't want to go ring shopping, oh, he knew he had screwed up. Because now she been begging you to get married, and now that you ready to go look for a ring, she like, See, that's when he knew he messed up. Nani and oh shoot, what's his name? Nani and oh gosh. Why I can't think of the man's name? Reese, Lord have mercy. Nani and Reese. So they're still down in down to the Santa Barbara, and Reese comes, he went out skateboarding and stuff, and he comes back in and he's like, well, I really, I just felt like you took this into your own hands, and it just made me think about all the things that my mom said about you, that my family had to say about you, was sort of kind of like ringing true to me. And she was like, I can't believe that you're letting that get in your head. Like, no, I love you. I'm like, if we love each other, let's go for it. Let's do it. And he was like, well, it's not that, I don't love you and I don't want to marry you. I just really felt like you took that from me. And so he gives her like a flower that he didn't, made the stem into a ring, and he, puts the ring on her and asks her to marry him, and she says yes, and it's all great and cute, da 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 da. Then it was, we gotta tell my mama, dun dun dun. So we see him go meet up with his sister. He hadn't really been around a lot since he moved in with Nani, and he tells his sister that they're engaged. And his engagement ring is actually beautiful. I mean, it is really nice. It's very non-traditional. It's like a lion's head that's got, a bunch of stones in it. It's gorgeous. Now, his sister is shocked. And she even says, like, they just moved in together. Like, why can't they just chill out for a little while? Like they literally just moved in together. Like, why are they in such a rush? And he was like, listen, I love her. She loves me. We don't feel like we need to wait. That's what we doing. And he said, I need to tell mom, but can you be there with us? Because you already know how mama feel about the situation. And she was like, I guess. So they meet up at her job. She works at a bar now. I don't know why they thought alcohol would be a good reason for them to be drinking no alcohol around this whole situation. But okay, it's whatever. And so the mom is there, and the mom is actually in good spirits, and she said, you know what? I am actually at peace with this now. I thought about it. I've had time to process it, and it's not what I would want for my son, but I don't really have no beef no more. You're not gonna hear from me. I'm not gonna be fighting y'all no more. Like, whatever y'all do is whatever y'all do. I love my son. I feel like they probably should have just let that sit for a minute before they told her they was engaged. But I think they felt like, oh, well, she cool with it now. Then she ready for us to go ahead and get engaged. Baby, they done told the mama that they were engaged, and her whole attitude flipped. She said, oh, I am not okay with this at all, okay? I have a problem with this. This is not okay. And baby, she showed her whole tail down there with the drink in her hand, okay? With her dirty martini. I said, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, Desiree and Rodney. Desiree done called Rodney. Now, Desiree done had time for that thing to settle in. See, what had happened was she was all big, bad, and bold and threw that ring in Rodney's face and stomped off. One, she probably thought Rodney was going to come after her. And when he never called her or came after her, two, the first of the month rolled around and it was time to pay them bills that he be paying, the rent and her utilities and her little allowance. Now all of a sudden she calling him and she's sorry. And Rodney was like, well, when you threw, he said, you threw a $250,000 ring in my face and told me to go fetch. As far as I was concerned, the relationship was over. So, I don't know why you calling me now. And she said, well, Rodney, I love you and I don't want to throw everything away that we'd have been through. I just think we need to go to therapy. And he was like, nah, I'm good. You the one that got some anger management problems. I don't think we need therapy. And he was like, if this is her way of trying to get me in a therapist's office and going to try to trick me into telling who I slept with, that's not going to happen. Like, I'm not going to tell her that information. So either we're going to move forward or we not. But I'm not going to keep going back and forth with her. Now, he said, listen, if I'm going to sit down and do some therapy, then you're going to have to come to D.C. because I ain't coming back out to L.A. for no shenanigans. And so, of course she agreed to that because, like I said, the rent due. So, later on in the episode, we see him meeting up with his friends and talking to his friends about it. Listen, Rodney done got his mama in on this. He done got all his friends on this. He done got his assistant in on this. Everybody know why Rodney ain't gonna marry that woman. I'm just saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Either way, they had a conversation. Then they had a nerve when the producers had so it was three of his friends. The producers asked his friends, they were all standing there together. So do you think Rodney is gonna marry her? And all of them fell out laughing. All of them, you know why they all fell out laughing. Listen, at this point, I believe Desiree in on it, okay? But neither here nor there. Then they had the nerve to say, Rodney, I was really surprised to find out that y'all never even slept together before. Why? Why were y'all surprised to find that out? Anyway, they told Rodney that going to therapy couldn't hurt. That it's nothing wrong with going to therapy. And Rodney said that he would think about it, child. So that is Rodney and Desiree. Listen, I already told y'all, if y'all gonna pretend like y'all don't know why Rodney and Desiree ain't gonna never get married, then alright, I'm gonna pretend with y'all. Anyway, so Bill and Bree, listen. We found out last episode that Bill's little swimmers can't swim, okay? And Bill had the nerve to go and talk to his ex-wife about it again. Now, let me say this. Here's my problem. Here is my problem. Bill keeps using his ex-wife to do his dirty work. He runs to his ex-wife when there's something he wants to talk to Bree about, or something he wants Bree to know, so that he doesn't look like the bad guy. He doesn't run back to her. Now, he done told his ex-wife about Bree wanting to have kids and how he thought he was done with his family, and when him and Bree got together, she was okay with not having kids, and now she trying to change the rules, and he went along and went to the clinic, but he said now he was like, I really wasn't trying to have no kids, but now that they told me that my little swimmers ain't working, it's almost like I want to prove them wrong, and I want to go and have me a child. So she says, well, I'm going to go talk to Bree because I need Bree to understand some things. So she sits down. She going to call Bree and sit down with Bree. First of all, Bill, you were absolutely wrong for discussing your private business with your ex-wife, period. And granted, you're talking about your personal medical situation with the fact that you can't, your swimmers don't work, but that's not the point. The point is, and Bree was pissed off the break, like, why would Bill talk to her about our private business? Then she talking about well, I don't understand, why can't you just be happy? He's taking care of you, he's taking care of your mother, he bought your mother a house, why you can't just be happy with that? Bitch, what? This ain't your relationship. This don't have nothing to do with you, and it's not your business. And what I love is that Bree, baby, we could definitely see the glow up in Miss Bree from season 1, because she was giving, her name Kathleen, I believe, she was giving Kathleen as good as she got. Baby, she was letting Miss Kathleen know, first of all, none of your damn business. What me and Bill do is between me and Bill, and I could care less about your opinion. She said, you only care about it because you're concerned about your children and what your children are going to get and not get. And she was like, well, no, you're right. You and Bill having a child, it does affect me and my children. Why? Because you're worried about how much money y'all going to get in the will? Because at this point, all the children are grown. So whatever trust funds or whatever that was set up, like, that's a wrap. So at this point, what you're saying is you are concerned about the grandkids? That still don't have nothing to do with you, ma'am. It is not your business. And the audacity that Bill would let you go talk to Bree, and the fact that you feel like it's your right, or that you have a right to have this conversation with Bree. But I was loving it, Bree. Baby, Bree told you where you could go, how to get there, and where to shove it when you found it, honey. And I was here for it. Because like I said, the Bree from season 1 wouldn't have handled it that way. Baby. Anyway, that was pretty much it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments.